Got a couple crappy mailbags, so I'm just going to combine a couple here.
Alright, real quick, I'm going to do a mailbag. I opened a bunch of stuff I needed. I got some new forceps. These are kind of interesting. They're like an offset locking, reverse lock, cross lock, I think they call them. Really strong. These will be good for holding things or soldering things or getting them in the, a little slot. Interesting. Got a little rust spot on it. Clean that off. Got a thermistor with a stainless steel cap, sealed, and a lead and a jack. These are a little handy, so when you want to use a thermistor, you can just plug it in, stick it where you want it. You don't have to deal with a loose. Normally these look like this little thermistor. Well, this makes it more rugged and easy to use. And you can just plug this on a normal header or use a locking socket header. Those are really strong. Nice.
Got a bunch of motor controllers. Some of these are from a previous mailbag. Sorry about that. Not sure how I did that.
This one is a MX1508. I think it's dual motor controller. It's a A1, A2, and that's the direction, on, off, reverse, power, and then your outputs to your motors. So I think this can drive DC motors forward and backwards. It's probably just the H-bridge chip. The WeMos chip has a STM microcontroller that talks over I2C and then controls the motor driver. This is a TB731AB. So they got some custom firmware on there that acts as an I2C slave. And in fact, you can reflash it even. And someone's either reverse engineered the code or written their own code to do that too. So they can apply some bug fixes. So that's kind of cool. This is a little module. This came in a 2-pack. I think I have another one somewhere. This is a DRV. I think it's DRV 8833. And this is another H-bridge, I think, motor controller. We got actually it's dual. I think this is a dual H-bridge too. Yeah, N1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
EEP is to put this chip into sleep, and the ULT is the end-fault output pin. There is no breakout for the current sense resistors.
This is another one. This is another dual. I don't know why drivers always come in duals. Maybe for robotics or for like X and Y stages. X and Y stage, control. But it's just strange. I don't know. I mean, even this one is a single chip, but it has 2 of them on them. These would be good when you need to control one motor. It's a lot easier to use this than to use, I think it's 4 or even 6 transistors, discrete transistors to make a H-bridge. It's kind of a pain in the neck. This is a Darlington transistor array. So when you need to drive high currents or do some kind of current mirroring or something like that, for a bunch of inputs and outputs, you could do that with this. Not exactly motor control related, but good for driving high loads with a Darlington transistor array. And you could do many different channels, because I think there's 8 in here. Yeah, I think there's 8 arrays in here. And I got a WeMos D1 mini tripler. It's a tripler base, so it lets you put D1 Mini, and then two shields or whatever side by side, so you don't have to have weird stacking headers. So that'll be good for prototyping. If I want to test this chip, throw it on there, throw a WeMos, boom, I'm ready to go. That's about it. That was a quick one. Oh, I got this too. Got these square nuts. I need some nuts that I can. These are M2s. Basically, I've been playing around with. Let me see if I have them ready. These little motors. I think this is a 50 geared and a 300 gear or 200. Anyway, one's 50 RPM, one's like 200 RPM. And I needed something kind of nut to put on here that I can, mount into something so I can have some kind of linear slide on here. I'm trying to get a regular nut, to work into something is a pain in the butt. So these are square nuts. It should be pretty easy to be able to slot this into anything, some kind of 3D print or something like that, and use that as a guide. So that was the thought behind that. Let's see what other uses there are for square nuts. It's easier to print a square hole in a 3D print than a hexagonal. And a lot of times it's hard to get these to fit perfectly, but this should be a lot easier to get a square. So, all right, a little different mailbag today. My bench is under construction. I was just tearing some old laptop down, harvesting some stuff. Got me a little keyboard. Got this cool foam. It's good for packing like batteries and stuff in enclosures. Let's see what else. Some USB jacks. Got an HD camera. 2 microphones. 2 Wi-Fi antennas. Speakers. 2 little speakers. Altec Lansing. Inverter for the LCD. Might try to get that LCD working. It's a really nice LCD. With one of those boards, the controller boards. I even ripped all the heat inserts out. Saved those. Because they have M2, M3, and M4 inserts. So I got a bunch of inserts. Cooler fan, heat pipe. So I always tear apart old laptops. You get a lot of good stuff in there. And there's all kinds of stuff on this board I could take out. I got these cool little wire clips. I don't know if you can see that. Little surface mount clips to hold wires on the board. Really cool. And I'll probably torch these and get these solderable standoffs off too. And there's some really big fat capacitors I might steal too. There's a real big one over here. Look at that. Huge tantalum. Some good inductors. This tiny little VGA jack. Look at that. It's tiny. It's pretty cool. I might salvage some stuff off that. The rest of it's trash. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to leave this one over here to block that spot of light right there. Alright. First one says electronics IC. Carefully, because I don't have something cut on. Alright, this looks like this is an ISP programmer. Micro Pro AVR and Arduino Tiny ISP. Just a little tiny ISP programmer for AVRs. Wireless Bluetooth controller. I think this is some weird thing I saw, and I bought it because it was a little different. No, this is, yeah, okay. This is a Bluetooth. These are really cheap. They're Bluetooth only. They're not Wi-Fi. They have a DC barrel jack, and they're made for controlling LED strips for addressable WS2812 compatible, NeoPixels, etc. It's just like a Bluetooth board. So I want to see what this is running. I'll tear this down another time. Might be glued. But I thought that was pretty cool. A cheap way to run some LED strips, just Bluetooth. I don't know how you control it, but you could probably write your own interface. Expanding board. Hopefully you can flash it too. It might just be an RF. This is some kind of module. It says 113231. I have no idea what this is. I forget. MCP4725. It's I2C. Oh, this must be a single channel DAC. Single channel I2C DAC. So I'll give you one channel of digital out. Sometimes that's all you need. Ceramic tweezers. My blades are all sharp. What I think this is a 3-pack. Ceramic tweezers. I can get them out of here. I'll poke through the bag. These are actually ceramic. The ones I bought before were nylon or Delrin. These are actually ceramic, it looks like. Very nice. Black. Ooh, let's get plastic on it. It's a 3-set, so it's a straight, offset. They're really strong too. A little too strong. Jeez. Of course, the problem with ceramics is they're not very fine, but these look pretty good. They look not too bad. They might be usable. Just didn't poke to the bag. Hopefully they're not damaged. They look pretty good. These two look the same. What's the difference? I'll have to check on that. Those look exactly the same. I thought they were supposed to be a little different. This is an angled straight. I don't know what the difference is there. They look exactly the same. I'll look that up. I bet they sent me the wrong one. Or maybe I wasn't paying attention. It's two of the same kind. But those are nice. This should be non-magnetic, non-ESD, and all that. Micrometer stand setting. I have no idea what that is. Micrometer stand setting? Oh, this is a 25mm calibration piece for calipers. So it's supposed to be exactly 25mm for calibrating your calipers. I'm testing them that they're accurate. I'm not going to take that out. But you can get them in different sizes. You can get a set. I got the cheapest thing I could find. I just wanted to have some kind of reference. Make sure that my dimensions are right when I'm measuring stuff. I don't have nice calipers. I have really cheap calipers. The LCD screen. The LCD screen. The one and only. This is a... looks like this is an LCD touchscreen with a digitizer and look, it even comes with a stylus. I don't know why it comes with a stylus. Doesn't look like it's touch. So the seller got a bad review for this one. This is supposed to be a Raspberry Pi Shield, touch shield,
and I got a non-touch LCD, and it actually turns out that this thing was broken. The glass was cracked when I went to go finally try to use it for something. I mean, it was completely useless to me without being the right thing, and they wouldn't give me a full refund. They said, "Oh, we already spent money on it. You know, we're losing the money on it." Well, it's not my problem. You sent me the wrong thing. And then they sent me a stylus. I'm pretty sure this was some kind of scam, because I'm pretty sure they glued this front cover on. That plastic peel would not peel off. And when I went to go power it up to test the backlight, it was cracked. So I think this was some way to get rid of cracked old screens. Some kind of scam they were running, I'm pretty sure. HT035SHV007NS 2019 IPS. Alright, so this is an IPS display. Nice, really high quality. I'm going to try to start using IPS screens in some projects because the resolution is just unbeatable in the viewing angle. So I'm going to try to try if I can try to find a source for nice, good-sized IPS displays. I think it's 2.8 or even 3.2 is available, but they are about $30, I think, a piece. So that's that. Wish they packaged that a little better. It's kind of not even foam. All right, next, tweezers. Sorry about the shitty mailbag, but you know, that's life. Plus my 3D printer's running, so it's kind of loud in there. Multifunction clip. This is, I have a pair of these already. I just bought another one. They're very useful. I really like them. So I just bought another pair to have, and they're good for clamping stuff too when you're soldering. So having more than one, I think they're only like $1.50 or something. They're really nice. All right, next, tweezer. More tweezers. I went tweezer crazy one day. One day I was just not happy with my tweezers, and I just started buying a bunch more. Let's see what we got here. Alright. There's another set of tweezers. These are kind of like those, but these are straight, and they are obviously not the same. They look the same kind of in the listing, but these are just little cheap ones. But these are good for, these are a little heavy. These are kind of beefy. Sometimes having this hanging off your board when you're trying to solder a header is a little too much, so I thought these might be nice. They looked a little cheaper, and that's kind of what you want when you want some lightweight. Almost like a roach clip, These make good heat sinks too if you want to wick the heat away from something while you're soldering it. You don't want the heat to transfer somewhere. Put these on there, and especially if you're doing like wires and you don't want to melt insulation, you could throw those on there. These are nice. If these were really cheap, I might buy a bunch more. If they're only like $1, I'll buy 3 or 4 of them just to have laying around. Just a quick update on these. I've been using them. They're good for certain things, but they really are not strong enough. They just fall off. They're just not enough tension. Maybe I can bend them a little bit or something, but just not happy with them. They're just kind of crap. All right, that's it for now. Till next time.